Gaming with the Master bringing you part 26 of Fossil Fighters. Let's get to it. If you remember from last time, we found out what the Dinourians are trying to do. Rosie was transformed into a Trichondonta, and we were trying to battle for Sorehead's mask, which is a 5-part battle. We've done the first 3 battles, so now we're gonna have to do the 4th battle. And Sorehead right now is saying, "I'm surprised that you made it this far. Get ready for an even tougher time in the 4th battle." So Sorehead is using Kendro, Styrco, and Paraloff, which are all air Vivisaur, so this is the hardest battle out of the 5 for the sudden death. So Sorehead attacks first with Kendra's team skill Windstorm, which does 54, 28, and 24 damage. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does 58 damage. And then we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, which does a critical 69 damage. So Kendra uses Wind Spines against Shoni, which does a critical 135 damage, but does not confuse. So now we're going to use Corona Bite against Paraloff, which does 60 damage. And then we're going to use Elasmo Tackle against Paraloff, which does 47 damage. So Paraloff uses Paraloff Rush, which does a critical 151 damage. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which should defeat Paraloff, and it does. So now we're going to use Elasmo Combo against Styrco, which does 61 damage and enrages Styrco. So now Styrco uses Styrco Fury, which does a critical 121 damage, and then Kendro uses Super Harden against Styrco. So we're going to swap Shoni up for Corona, and then we're going to use Corona Bite against Kendro, which does 59 damage. So Styrco uses Styrco Fury, which does a critical 123 damage and scares Corona. So first we're going to see what skills Corona can do right now, and Corona can do Snapping Jaws. So we're going to use Corona Snapping Jaws, which does 75 damage. And now we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, which should defeat Styrco. And it does, so we beat Sorehead's 4th battle. So now it's time to battle for Sorehead's 5th. And Sorehead says, "I guess that's why you made Master Fighter. Just remember, I was there first, Junior. Now for my very best." So, for Sorehead's final, he is using T-Rex, Tarbo, and Gorgo. So T-Rex uses Tyrant Roar, which attacks all 3 Vivisaurs, so it does 36, 18, and 14 damage. And Tyrant Roar is not T-Rex's team skill either. Tarbo uses Tarbo Bite, which does 21 damage. Tyrant's Roar for T-Rex is just a normal attack, it does damage to all 3 Vivisaurs. So Corona Bite does 102 damage, and then we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, which does 80 damage. So then T-Rex uses Tyrant's Roar again, which does 37, 18, and 15 damage. And then Turbo uses Turbo Bite, which does 20 damage. And now we're going to use Corona Bite, which should defeat T-Rex. And it does. So now we're going to use Elasmo Tackle against Gorgo, which does 100 damage. So then Gorgo uses Nightmare Combo, which does 33 damage. And then Turbo uses Turbo Combo, which does 36 damage. So now we're going to use Corona Bite against Gorgo, which does 119 damage and defeats Gorgo. And we're going to use Elasmo Combo against Turbo. And it does a critical 83 damage. So then Turbo uses Cyclone, which does 91 damage. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does 52 damage. And then we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, which does a critical 67 damage and defeats Turbo. And we defeated Sorehead's all five battles, and we got 15 battle points. We will get Sorehead's mask. So Shoney's LP increased by 25, Corona's LP increased by 23, Elasmo's LP increased by 19, Spinex's increased by 18, along with Ventnor's. Then Sorehead says, so that's what it's like to put everything into a battle and still lose. I don't say this very often. I'm impressed. 5 matches in a row against me. Good work. I'm a fighter of my word, so here's my mask right off my head. Use it well. Oh my gosh, Sorehead's gonna take his mask off. We're finally gonna see the true face of Sorehead. Here, you've earned it. So we got a Sore mask. Then a fanboy says, that's Sorehead? Under the mask is another mask? And then Sorehead says, what, you need a mask for Dr. Diggins too? That's fair, you pulled out a pretty spectacular victory today. I'll give you a second mask. Sorehead's gonna take his mask off again, his other mask. This time we'll really see Sorehead's true face. So we got another Sore mask, and Sorehead still has another mask on. Then the fighting fan says, what's going on? And Sorehead says, I wear about 30 masks at a time. You can't be too careful with your identity. Sorehead's the best. It must be super hot and uncomfortable in all those masks. But he still does it. And yay for not seeing Sorehead's face, but for learning some trivia about him. Yay. So now we're going to head to the Fossil Center to talk to Dr. Diggins. And then Wendy says, hello, Master. Dr. Diggins left a message for you. He said when you get the mask to bring it down to the warehouse. The warehouse is through the door to your left and at the end of the hall. So when we get here, we see Holt, and Holt says, the area in Rivet Ravine that was off limits is now open. I've got this strange feeling that it's full of rare fossils. Just a hunch, but... which it is, but we will not be going to that area of Rivet Ravine. So when we get there, there's this huge red thing, and then Dr. Diggins is there and says, "Hi, Master. Is that 2 SOAR masks you've got there? Perfect. I'm all set here. I opened up the teleportation device and found the battery was dead. You know me, I got to tinkering and ended up totally rebuilding it. It's a little bigger now, but by a little, it is very big. We should be able to visit the Dinourian spaceship as much as we want to now. Okay, let's put on our disguises and sneak onto that ship. Are you ready?" Then Diggins says, "Okay, give me one of those SOAR masks." It'll take some effort not to crack up laughing in these things, but we should be fine. Okay, let's get in the teleportation device. Ready? Here we go. Good, we're all in one piece. Did I meant there was a danger of permanent discorruption? Then the Dinourian walks up again and says, "Oh, you guys again. Finally you got rid of those stupid disguises, I see. I don't know what it is, but there's something strange about your faces. Are you sure you guys didn't catch some bizarre human disease down on Earth?" And then Dr. Diggins says, "Why, yes, actually, that's actually what happened. It's called, weird face-itis. They say it's really contagious." "Ah, stay away. I do not want to look like that. Do everyone a favor and get to the sickbay right away. Cough. Oh no, I gotta go." Then Dr. Diggins says, "Thank goodness the fear of cooties is apparently universal. Let's get going." So then Dr. Diggins stops us and says, "That's odd. These hallway patterns look familiar." Of course, it looks just like the halls at the secret site. So there is a connection between the Dinourians and that place. "Oh, sorry, Master. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? I'll tell you when we get back to Vivsaur Island. For now, we should be searching this spaceship." So when we get there, Diggins says, What is this room?" "A statue of a Dinourian. Something about this place suggests that it might be some sort of sacred place for them. It feels tranquil in here, restful. I know we're in danger on this ship, but I feel like I could lie down and sleep in this room." So when we go, Diggins stops us again and says, "Master, hold on. This looks like some kind of computer. Let me take a look. This might have just the kind of information we're looking for." "Yes, and I'm in, and I've configured it to display in English." Okay, let's see what we have here. We have finally found what we've been looking for, far at the far reaches of space. This world will fulfill all of the requirements for Project Mother Planet. The seeds of intelligent life have been planted. Now we simply have to wait for them to grow. We shall wait in our fossilized forms in the stone sleep chamber until the time is right. Millions of years from now, we shall be revived, and we shall call this planet home. What those statues aren't statues. They're sleeping Dinourians. Stone sleep turning to stone and sleeping the years away. What an amazing technology. But this Project Mother Planet and the seeds of intelligent life. I'm curious, Master. Let's keep looking. So once again, Dr. Diggins stops us and says, "Here's another computer. Let's check it out. We might learn something new." Okay, configuring it to display English. Open this submenu here and let's see what we get. We created special computers to coordinate our project, a main idle comp and sub-idle comps. The sub-idle comps assist the main idle comp. As soon as we wait in stone sleep, the main idle comp will carefully monitor activities on the planet. If any life forms follow an unanticipated evolutionary path, the main idle comp will correct them. Those idols that were stolen, could those be the sub-idle comps? Sounds like they're quite important to Project Mother Planet. In fact, the Dinourian in the laboratory was talking about their importance in correcting the project. I gather then that the project was failing and the sub-idle comps were necessary to correct it. Interesting. So then a Dinourian comes up and says, "Did you guys miss the space memo? King Dino has given strict orders to stay out of the idle comp room. If you guys get caught going in there, you'll have to deal with the robo-guards, the dynamatons. Nobody wants that, so you'd best find somewhere else to be." Master, sounds like the room behind the store is the idle comp room. I don't know what will happen when we go in there, but we should be prepared for battle just in case. If you need to, we can still go back to Earth to prepare, or are you ready to go in now? And we responded yes, so Dr. Diggins says, "Alright, let's go in then." So this is the idle comp room, huh? That big one is probably the main idle comp. And the 4 sub-idle comps. And they are the 4 tacky idols that we collected. It doesn't look anything has been activated yet, though. Diggins says, "Huh? Someone's coming. Hide." So you have finally recovered all the sub-idle comps, yes? You have done well, Duna. I am pleased. I was only doing my job, King Dino. Once the main idle comp is running, we will be able to re-entitate Project Mother Planet. The main idle comp's regression rate is powerful enough to revert all humans on Earth to single-celled amoebas. What? Revert humans back to amoebas? Duna, you have earned the honor of activating the switch on the main idle comp. Evolution lost its way on the planet, but we shall finally correct that, now and forever. Then Duna hesitates and Dino says, "You hesitate. Activate the switch. Now." Then Duna says, I'm sorry. I can't." "What did you say?" "I can't do it. This is wrong. I can't bring myself to just flip a switch and exterminate the entire human race. They are intelligent beings, like us. We have no right just to destroy them and take their planet." "Your Majesty, I respectfully request that Project Mother Planet be shut down." "You claim that these descendants of rodents are equal to us? Have you lost your senses? Humans are nothing more than an accidental side effect of our real goals. If you won't remove them, I will get out of the way." So then Diggins says, "No, he's going to flip the switch. Master, you've got to stall him. I'm going to see if I can remove one of the sub-idle comps." What are you doing in here? I gave orders." "Never mind, this is perfect timing. Take this traitor away and lock her in the brig immediately." "What is going on here? Will you also betray me and your entire species?" I see. You're not a Dinourian at all. You might as well remove your disguise now. Then Duna says, Master, what are you doing here? A human stowaway aboard our starship, unexpectable. Dinomatons, tear them apart. So we will have to battle the Dinomatons, which were the two Vivisaurs when we battled Duna that were battling with Duna. So we're just battling 3 Dinomatons. So one of the Dinomatons uses Steel Slash. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does 82 damage, and then Elasmo Tackle, which does 70 damage. And then Dinomaton uses Death Ray, which is his team skill, which does 73, 36, and 33 damage. And one Dinomaton swaps up for another. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does 84 damage. And then we're also Elasmo Tackle, which does 67 damage. So then a Dinomaton uses Steel Slash, which does 50 damage. And now we're going to use Corona Bite against Dinomaton. And it does 83 damage. So we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, and it should defeat one of the Dinomatons. And it does. So then, one of the Dinomatons uses Heartless Fury, which does 109 damage, and then the other one uses Steel Slash, which does 25 damage. So now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does a critical 125 damage. Then we're also going to use Elasmo Combo. And Elasmo Combo does 87 damage. So, one Dinomaton swaps up for the other and uses Scissor Swipe, which does 74 damage. Now we're going to use Corona Bite, which does 81 damage. So we're going to use Elasmo Tackle, which should defeat this Dinomaton. And it does. So Dinomaton uses Heartless Fury, which does 105 damage. So just for fun, we're going to use Shoni's Snapping Jaws to defeat the last Dinomaton. And it does, doing 73 damage. So we beat the Dinomatons and got 6 battle points. And Spinax ranked up to rank 11. And Shoni's LP increased by 10, Corona's increased by 9, Elasmo's increased by 8, and Ventnor's increased by 7. So Duna then says, Master, you defeated the Dinomatons. I was right about you and your species. Oh no, the switch. Too late, in just a moment the human race will be extinct. Then Diggins says, I did it. I managed to disconnect one of the sub-idle comps. What have you done, mammal? Do you have any idea how much energy you just released? Let's get out of here, Master. Huh? What's going on? What? So then Dino says, good riddance. The coronal energy leakage will have sent him to some other point in time. Wait, where did the sub-idle count go? That barbarian must still have been holding on to it. Now I have to track them. They reappeared some 115 million years ago in the Jurassic period. Blast it. Your species may have a temporary respite, but you will meddle in our affairs no longer. You're obviously a match for Dinomaton, so I will have to kill you and the traitor Duna myself. Master, let's get out of here. Back to Earth. Running will not help you, human. You cannot outrun your inevitable doom. Listen now, my Dinourians. We will find the sub-idle comp that was sent into the past, and we will rebuild our home planet on the fallen ruins of this one. So with that, we will save and conclude this episode of Fossil Fighters Part 26. Join us next time for Fossil Fighters Part 27, where we find out how to get Diggins back.